Hi everyone, and welcome to today's session. Today, I'm going to show you a very interesting project of mine that I've recently created, and this is a CV generator. So this basically uses an agent to search the web, get information, and then output in a certain format as required by the user. Of course, it's not just for CVs, you can also do for other kinds of things as well, cover letters, generate documents, and so on. So first, what we need to do is to just import AgentJo, import all the functions, and then we also have all the Selenium, web browsers and so on, LangChain and so on, if we want to use certain functionalities. So first up, I'm just going to show you an example about how do you do custom LLMs. So basically, AgentJo can integrate with most major large language models. So for Azure, you just need OpenAI key, OpenAI endpoint, API version, and yeah, you just create your own LLM function that takes in a system prompt and a user prompt as a string and outputs a string as well. So this is basically the what you return. You return the string of the output. So you can test it by just putting like Azure LLM. Like the system prompt is give me 5 names of a category, and the user prompt is names. And you can see the names are here. We do the same for Bedrock. You just need the key and the secret. And I have some sample code for like Claude and Llama models. Of course, it depends on what model ID you activate with that key. All right, so we can see like use Claude. This is Claude 3.5 Sonnet, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Claude 3.5 Sonnet. And you can see these are the names. Same thing for OpenAI. We can also generate a custom LLM function like this. And you can see, tell me a joke. And that's the joke. All right, so first up, we'll need the custom search API. So for custom search API, what we need to do is just go to custom API, get the key yourself for the programmable engine, get yourself an API key as well, and you can put in the API key and the engine name here. And I have some function over here that basically just searches the web and takes out the important information. So you can customize this function as well. This is not very crucial for today's demo, but like this is how we view the URL. I mean, you can also use request.get, but sometimes, if there's some firewall or something that prevents you from accessing using requests, then maybe using Selenium headless browser might get by it, right? So this is basically the script that that searches the internet, gets the metadata and get the main data and returns it. So we can test out this function, search web, whereby we search with a query given by the agent. And basically we run through like the Google search engine, get the relevant URLs, and then basically just view the first URL. If you want to make it even more complex, you can view the first 3 URLs and so on, because actually the custom search API returns up to 20 URLs. In this case, returns to 10. Okay, you can have a search term to customize the return to 20 URLs. All right. So let's just try to do the function. We search the web for like my name, John Tan Chong Ming, Google Scholar, and let's see. And this is the metadata. And yeah, basically you get all this data here, which can be used to generate the CV. So you can see the main text starts here. So that's cool. Let's define our agent. So very simple to define an AgentJo agent. Just put the agent name here, person profile builder. And then the description is write a professional CV based on profile, prioritize Google Scholar or LinkedIn profiles, and use only information found on the web. Good enough. Default to LLM we set to false because we do not want the inbuilt LLM function to be activated because it might hallucinate stuff. So it's best to just use only the function that we have defined, which is search web. So just a brief primer for those who are not familiar with AgentJo. If you want to define a function, it's very, very simple. Just put your function name here, put your search term here, basically the input variable to the function, and the data type here, and the output type here. And in your doc string, just put the description of your function and make sure you put your variable inside here as well. So after we put this in, we can see how the LM views this. So let's take a look. We can print out all the functions and you can see this search web is here, the description is here. And all this like with angle brackets and so on has been tried and tested, and this is understood by most LLMs. All right, so this thing over here is like very, very efficient. I think it's less than half the tokens of Pydantic or even more. And that's why I created this whole AgentJo, because I wasn't too happy with Pydantic. I mean, it really inflates the context length too much. All right, so something simple like this is enough already for functions. All right, let's try to run this function with my name and see what happens. And you can see that it search Scholar, Google, very good. It got my profile. And all right, maybe I want to apply for an assistant professor or something. Let's just write a CV for this. Okay, and let's see what, so you can just put reply user and just customize your reply over here. So let's see what this LM, I believe this is GPT-4o mini. Okay, and you can see, oh wow, not bad. My objective, dedicated and innovative researcher. Wow, seeking an assistant professor position in LM learning abilities, memory and cognition, multi-agent learning. Quite accurate. This is, I think this is on my Google Scholar profile. So it doesn't know my PhD yet because the Google Scholar doesn't provide all this unless you search further. Okay, so more can be improved, like all this bracket here. Maybe you can do subsequent queries to find out all this. All right, then you can see all my papers over here. So let's see like whether we can do something even more targeted. Maybe we want to apply for this position, machine learning engineer applied AI. All right, and this is actually the job description over here. I just copy and paste it over here, this job description, and basically just say, write a CV for this job profile. There, I put the whole description down here. And let's see what happens. Let's see the output of this. So you can see like, right, it give them a while to draft it. Yeah. So this basically is a profile where you need to do applied machine learning research. You need to be familiar with training, fine-tuning large language models and so on. Okay, not sure why it's taking so long. Typically, it will be out pretty quickly. Let me just interrupt and try again. Okay. Right. Sometimes, you know, when you use this kind of APIs, if you use them too much, they will have rate limits. So maybe I hit the rate limit already. There we go. And you can see this is about the same. But here there's OpenAI inside here and machine learning engineer inside here. And let's see whether, you know, they do anything special. Skills, proficiency in frameworks like PyTorch and TensorFlow. Not bad. Data structures, algorithms, and so on. So this actually, if you look here, they try to match the job description like this. See? And over here, experience with search relevance, ads ranking is a plus. Okay, so there's a little bit of like boo-boo here for LLMs is that, you know, actually I don't really have ads ranking experience, but they also put it over here. But you know, overall, most of it is accurate, right? And I think this is basically like some advantage of how you can use the agents to like automate some of your workflows. Of course, you need to check them right now. The technology is not so good to like even verify properly. Then all this in brackets, you can even say that, you know, things that are not sure, you put in this kind of brackets and you can run the search query again